Throughout history, there has been a lot of interesting competition over the years, but none more interesting than bringing together two sides that would normally never share the same stage. Peanut butter and chocolate. Bobby Riggs versus Billie Jean King. Man versus woman in tennis. Muhammad Ali versus Gorilla Monsoon. Boxer versus wrestler. Michael Phelps versus a shark. Swimmer versus Happy Days prop. And now tonight, we bring you RoseCitySaint versus LinkHeroOfTwitch. Zelda II Randomizer versus 100% all keys. The rules are very simple. LinkHeroOfTwitch has to complete a run of 100% all keys. By the standard rules of racing, he can game over before RoseCitySaint can complete a run of Zelda II Randomizer Swiss Flags. I'm going to give these guys the go-ahead. They are ready to go. They have been given the signal. We'll get to them in just a second here. And let me know how to Larry the audio ratio is here. You can see RoseCitySaint finding P-Bag Cave right away. LinkHeroOfTwitch finds Magic Container Cave. Again, he is running the standard route. So he'll pick up his first Magic Container. RoseCitySaint gets life level 2. So one advantage that Randomizer will have over 100% all keys is the way they level. He gets the Raft right away. Raft is pretty much the only item in the game that is 100% required. There are a couple spells that are required as well. Thunder and Reflect. So RoseCitySaint does not have to get all the items. LinkHeroOfTwitch does. Here's Medicine Cave, so RoseCitySaint right away could have a tremendous advantage here, depending on what this item is. As LinkHeroOfTwitch makes his way into the town of Raru, he did not get a P-Bag in Magic Container Cave, so he's going to have to go double P-Bag in Palace 1 for attack 4. RoseCitySaint gets greeted with a nice Dyra, red Dyra there. Cancels a couple levels. He's going to take Magic 2 at the next turn, and he gets himself a Magic Container as well. LinkHeroOfTwitch will make his way over to Palace 1 through Parappa Cave in the dark. And again, let me know how the audio is. RoseCitySaint ducks into P-Bag Cave again just to reset the encounter spawn. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to go down here to the grass tile. I did not see what cave that was on RoseCitySaint's side. I was watching LinkHeroOfTwitch narrowly avoid getting hit there by an encounter. Nice long road that leads nowhere. That is the one unfortunate side effect of this randomizer. Roads and bridges are bullshit. Never take any of them. But meanwhile, LinkHeroOfTwitch does not get the bubble skip, but he's going to grab the standard heart container on the grass tile. And we are taking push to talk off. Freedom! LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to make his way back over the bubble encounter. RoseCitySaint is in the town of Saria. He's going to grab the mirror here and then go pick up whatever it is for the spell. We have the Spell of Life in Saria. That is very vanilla as well. That was not planned. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to make his way down in Palace 1. Go left here, pick up the first key. There are 3 keys in Palace 1. And 1 item, the candle, which RoseCitySaint has already started with. So it is pure RNG, this race. It is for fun. But it is interesting as well. Because even if the seed on the randomizer side rolls easier, RoseCitySaint still has to complete it. And if it rolls harder, again, he still has to complete it. He still may have to crush it. So either way, it's on RoseCitySaint. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to finish at around 81 minutes, I believe. 82 minutes, based on his normal times. You can see those Palace 3 or 6 there on RoseCitySaint's side. And we have Magic Container Cave. So we have 3 of the first 5 caves on the Western Continent found so far for RoseCitySaint. He's already picked up the raft. And he'll pick up the horn here. Now, early raft does not really benefit RoseCitySaint too much, because he's going to go be looking for the other items. Whereas by the time LinkHeroOfTwitch gets it later on, he'll already have 3 gems completed, or 2 gems completed on his way to a 3rd gem completed, with 4 spells, 2 magic containers, and 2 heart containers. So there's the trade-off there. See a boulder blocking a cave there. That means that cave is going to be either Trophy Cave or Magic Container Cave. I'm sorry, I said Magic Container Cave, Heart Container Cave is what I meant. LinkHeroOfTwitch is picking up the second of 3 keys. So RoseCitySaint is going to make his way over here. Going to have the first of the P-Bag drops on LinkHeroOfTwitch's side coming up here soon. Not too soon, though. He's going to make his way down. He's going to get the candle first. RoseCitySaint is not having a good time in avoiding encounters. He's basically taking them all. Going to use a life spell there. Taking all the XP he can get. And he's going to dip into either Parappa Cave or Fairy Cave, the right side. He's going to skip Magic Level 2. And he's looking for some other stuff. He knows there's one other cave out there, and he knows there's a grass tile out there. The town of Mita Rudo, which he can't do anything in the town of Parappa. So 3 towns left to find. 1 palace, I believe. Although, if anybody knows if he's seen a second palace, please let me know. I know I've seen 3 or 6. I don't know if I've seen 3 or 6 and then 3 or 6. To make it confusing. Candle pick up there for LinkHeroOfTwitch. So he'll be making his way back up this elevator a couple screens away. And he'll be having his first opportunity at a 200-point P-Bag. He did not get the P-Bag in Magic Container Cave. He's going to need both of them here to stand a chance, or not stand a chance, but to get attack level 4. And we'll see what happens. RoseCitySaint swims through that swamp right there. He's going to make his way back to these series of caves he's been in before. Again, that's the second half of Parappa Cave or Fairy Cave. And he's going to go north on this road. Swim in the swamp a little bit, find a dead end. And he's going to take that road north. There was a town up there. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to grab the ferry. He get the P-Bag? I think he got the P-Bag. Looking at his XP right now, because if he gets another P-Bag, he'll be in range for attack 4, so I believe he did get the P-Bag. That's the ass end of Saria. He's going to need the letter from Bagu, hiding in a forest tile, or the fairy spell to get through there if he cannot find the other side. And there's the second cave blocked by a boulder. LinkHeroOfTwitch takes magic attack level 3. and gets the P-Bag, he's going to be attack 4, leaving Palace 1. That is huge for LinkHeroOfTwitch. RoseCitySaint starts looking for Bagoo. He finds a small item encounter, gets a P-Bag of his own. Could be 50, 100, or 200. It is 200, the large variety. He'll take attack level 3 with that as LinkHeroOfTwitch downs Horsehead. SJP is down, and 1 gem to O lead right about now. And Palace 4 is on the west side. So we have 4 and 3 or 6 so far on the west. LinkHeroOfTwitch is now going to go walk back from Palace 1 through Parappa Cave, go to Trophy Cave, and then cash in the trophy for Jump, go through Jump Cave, and make the Bagoo walk. Overworld not fast and friendly for RoseCitySaint. Lots of swamp mixed in here. And here's the town of Raru, so he'll get a free spell. And by the way, he did find the other end of Saria already. That's my fault. I was too excited to find to say the ass end of Saria. It's been a long time. That I forgot that Saria was the first town he found. So he still has not found Mido. He still has not found Rudo. LinkHeroOfTwitch grabs the trophy. And fire for RoseCitySaint. Fire is linked to another spell in the game. We'll see if he casts it, when he can cast it, and what it is. There is the town of Mido. And there's the raft tile. See if RoseCitySaint takes a walk. Takes a sail over there. Jump spell for LinkHeroOfTwitch. So RoseCitySaint still has the grass tile out there. The town of Rudo, which he can't do anything about. And I believe one more palace. It is possible I missed that third palace. I know it's 3 or 6 and 4 are on this side. There's the other one of Parappa Cave or Fairy Cave. There is Rudo. So we're looking for the grass tile. Donde está tu grass tile? There it is. See what's there. LinkHeroOfTwitch is about to enter Jump Cave now. Magic container and grass tile. So 2 item caves blocked by the hammer. Can't say for certain that I've seen Death Mountain, but he does have the raft and he can sail on over to the Eastern Continent if he wishes. He does not have magic or the he doesn't have fairy or the magic key, so by rule, progression items are not available to him right now. There's the last screen in Jump Cave for LinkHeroOfTwitch, and he's going to make his Bagoo walk right now. It's going to go down, probably dip into the swamp tile, pause there for a second, drop down, and cut across. And it's a lot easier to dodge these overworld enemies if you go north of them than you go south of them. Pause buffers there a little bit, I think, and 6th forest tile, he goes down, and there's the idiot. This note will let him cross Saria legit. Just after this last bridge encounter, he'll be on his way to Saria. Meanwhile, RoseCitySaint takes the life and magic refill in Mido and has nothing left to do. He's going the wrong direction. Oh, he's going to cast fire and hope it's Jump. It is Jump. Did he know that already? And I missed it, but fire is Jump. He's going to be able to grab Downstab. Great awareness on RoseCitySaint's part. Very agile. Speaking of agile, LinkHeroOfTwitch crawls on the ground, grabs the mirror. He's going to turn that in for a life spell of his own. It's going to make the walk left and out of town. Refill here. It is 1.5 little Z heads shorter to go west instead of east at the church. Now what is RoseCitySaint going to do? We know LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to go outside through the back ass end of Saria and then go towards Death Mountain. RoseCitySaint is going to explore the east. Wakes up to a desert tile. Desert tile is... Well, he can cast fire if he wants to jump. Normally this is a P-bag or a little one-up. It is a 500-point P-bag. There are many of them on the eastern continent. He's going to use it to take Magic 2 and Life 4. Let's see if any of his spells went down. Life went down a little. Fire went down a little bit. So he can pop into that desert, that lava tile, and hope for another P-bag as well. Potentially pick up Life, Magic, whatever the other one is, Attack 4. But here's the tiny Nukasudo. He has 6 Magic containers. How much does this lady want? It's either 5 or 6. Randomizer randomizes it to 5 or 5 to 7. It's like LinkHeroOfTwitch makes his way through a vanilla Death Mountain. Another P-bag. It's a crappy version of the P-bag, but it's good enough for Magic 3. LinkHeroOfTwitch is in Vanilla Pyramid. And he makes his way to Paperboy. Gets a nice double attack there on the orange Dyra. Takes Life 3, so he's 4-1-3 in Death Mountain. RoseCitySaint is going to get his free spell here. Power. So there's the fairy spell, and this basically means that RoseCitySaint is now comfortable hopping into palaces now to look for items and to place gems. I did not catch how much it costs because I wrote down about 600 notes just to say fairy was in Nukasudo. LinkHeroOfTwitch makes his way out of Skytrack and then into Assault. The caves of Death Mountain are all themed for American Gladiator events, if you haven't noticed yet. There's another desert tile. That could be an item. So how are we looking here so far? RoseCitySaint has about an average start, I would say. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going down Atlasphere, and that average start just got a lot better. There's a magic key on the desert tile. So now RoseCitySaint will not even have to worry about his magic in palaces. He can open every door. Getting there, dude. And there is LinkHeroOfTwitch in Hammer Cave. No need to mark it if you already know he has it. There you go. So RoseCitySaint is looking for a few things. There are 2 palaces on the main continent itself. There'll be a 3rd palace on Valley of Death, and then there'll be a palace on Maze Island. Probably want to make his way east as fast as possible, just to find Maze Island. Potential to have to jump through caves. He does have the flute, though, so if there is a road that has a River Devil in front of him, that could be his segment to the other half of the continent. Let's see if that road goes south to a River Devil. He doesn't even try it. He's going to opt to go north to a River Devil, and it looks like it goes right into Penis Desert. LinkHeroOfTwitch is on his way to pick up the hammer. Last screen here, 2 Dyras, 1 orange, 1 red. And there is the hammer. There is a short Penis Desert, a very anatomically correct dig-shake desert. And another desert tile where RoseCitySaint could opt for another P-bag, but he's not going to. He's not a guy that likes to spend a lot of time getting XP. He'd rather just go as fast as possible. And preventing him from going fast as possible is finding palaces. But also, he does need Thunder and he does need Reflect, which may introduce a spell item, and he has neither of the 3 spell items. And here comes Link Hero of Twitch out of Hammer Cave and into Spectacle Rock to grab the magic container, the 6th one. The 6th magic container enables you to get the spell in Darunia. But he's also going to need the kid, but that's going to come way later. So the randomizer flags are just the Swiss flag variety. And that is, you start with the candle. Enemies are not mixed between small and large. Palaces contain extra keys. Although he does have Fairy and the magic key. And he uses Fairy twice and fails to do the Fairy feat both times. He's going to have to walk it like the old days. So if you were familiar with the Zelda II Randomizer tournament, anything that was run in the Swiss stage, that is exactly what RoseCitySaint is running here. Got dudes stuck in the ground. This is quick and easy XP. If he wants it. Looks like he's going for it. One hunch. One hunch is not enough to get me in there again. And there is Maze Island and the water tile. He does not have the boots. Link Hero Twitch is going to make his way. He's going to take that encounter to set up the walk to Medicine Cave. Just walk the road straight ahead. I don't know if he doubles back on the road or if he just goes from it. If he doubles back, he'll do it right about now. He does not. He's just going to go for it. Nice straight walk up to the boulder now. One little jig. There it is. And we're in Medicine Cave. P-bag drop for RoseCitySaint. Link Hero Twitch has 2 bars of health. Takes out the orange Dyra. Now he has 2 red Dyras, but attack 4 is not that bad. It gets, and especially since he can double hit, so it's just a couple swings of the sword. He'll grab the medicine there. I did not see what was in the P-bag cave that RoseCitySaint was in. I was watching Link Hero Twitch. Can somebody help me out there? Doesn't look like it was a magic container or a heart container. P-bag, thank you. So we have a P-bag and P-bag cave. Very nice. We also had a P-bag in New Kasuto. And the desert tile was the magic key. And here's 3 or 6. RoseCitySaint just wants the red jar for the refill. It's a 50-50 chance. He's 0 for 2. I can sympathize with this. And he's gone. Link Hero Twitch does not do the Dark Magician walk into Mito. That's the other palace. And we have the other P-bag cave as well. So RoseCitySaint is finding a plethora of item locations. As Link Hero Twitch goes to get downstab, and then he'll cash in the medicine for his fairy spell shortly. See what's here. There's Max. And it's a little digger. RoseCitySaint just got dig shook. Now, what does that mean? RoseCitySaint has found 3 of the 4 items in this game that are not major items. So basically, every item he finds will have some sort of importance going on. There'll be no. There'll only be 1 of the booby prizes, dollar store items left. So if he wants to check extra locations after he's got stuff for a heart container and stuff, he'll know he'll be pretty safe, and whatever he finds will be helpful to him. There's Palace 1 and Valley of Death to the west of this. I don't know if he can access it from where he is. But Link Hero Twitch has his fairy spell. So Palace 1 for RoseCitySaint is going to grab the emergency fairy. No glove, so he's going to go left to try to find the item room to see if he can get the glove or the boots. The boots may be required as well. I have not seen the entrance to Valley of Death. But the boots, the hammer may be behind the water tile, and the hammer may lead to the glove. So, never know. There's life 5 for RoseCitySaint. So back in the day, people used to keep magic level and life level low to maximize attack at the gem. Nowadays, you see the top runners, and RoseCitySaint is a top runner. Just kind of get a couple early life and attack levels, and then take whatever they get. Last night, I believe I went 0-9 on a jar. I have to clip that, because no one's going to believe me unless you were there. Once again, RoseCitySaint's going to go left. And LinkHeroOfTwitch is finally, after all this time, not on his fault, but that's just the route, finally going to go into his second palace, Palace 2. Normal palace order in the 100% all keys route. See, the nice walk to 2 and counterless. That's awesome. He'll get his refill on his magic there, and he'll be on his way. Predictions on the race. Well, LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to finish the run in 81, 82, 83 minutes. RoseCitySaint has to beat that to beat LinkHeroOfTwitch. That's easy to say. But RoseCitySaint needs a few items in front of him to do it. He's got one. He's got the magic key, which is going to help a lot. But he needs the glove, he needs thunder, he needs reflect, he might need a spell item. So if we're judging it from right now, as RoseCitySaint does find Horsehead, we're judging it for right now. LinkHeroOfTwitch, I believe, has the advantage. But we'll see. RoseCitySaint mows down Sarah Jessica Parker, SJP down. And the gem. And magic level 4. Why not? Up A, and we're going to return back into the palace looking for the item. LinkHeroOfTwitch picks up another key, which I believe puts him on the path to go get the glove now, as soon as he goes up. And then left. And there's the item room for RoseCitySaint in Palace 1. We'll see what this is in a couple seconds. LinkHeroOfTwitch almost takes the bot to the face. And it is the glove in Palace 1, so I believe this has swung the momentum over to RoseCitySaint's side. He still potentially has to check for items, but he should be prioritizing looking for the remainder of the towns here. As we know that it was 1 was in the east, and either 3 or 6 was in the east. Which puts 2 or 5 on Valley of Death and Maze Island. Actually, we haven't seen Great Palace yet either. I missed something over on the Western Continent. One of the palaces. If anybody knows what that is, I only have marked on my sheet 4 and 3 or 6. So if you saw 2, 5, or Great Palace on the west, let me know, please. There's a bi-state area. And Nubaru. Nubaru is going to be a free spell. He's going to top off his life using magic. Then he's going to top off his magic using the lady. There's attack 5 for Link Hero of Twitch. He did not get the water. He'll go get the water now. And we have a glove for Link Hero of Twitch, so glove for both players. And shield spell. That's not what RoseCitySaint wanted to see. So we're getting closer and closer to magic items being required. In fact, magic item is required. Is it? Yeah, I believe it is. Because only the spell in Kasuto is free. Spells in all the other towns will be blocked by an item, of which he has none. So, RoseCitySaint is not going to be able to skip items right now. He does find the town of Darunia. Darunia has the spell, but you need the kid to get it. There's another town right there. And the entrance to the Valley of Death. And it is Kasuto, the last town on the Eastern Continent. The last free spell in the game. Does he need 1 or 2 spell items? Let's find out. And he needs 2 spell items. He is not happy. Link Hero Twitch is going to grab this last key. Now make his way to Helmet Head for his second gem. Well, looks like it's going to be Valley of Death time for RoseCitySaint. Oh, he's going to skip Valley of Death. He was going to skip it and opt for Maze Island. He was next to Maze Island quite a while ago and opted not to go in it. Could be a good point. He could be going back to New Kasuto. That was the first town he found in this area, though. So more than likely, he's going to go to whatever this 3 or 6 is, or probably Maze Island, I would say. We'll find out. I don't want to assume anything here. Now he's going to up A in 3 or 6, and he's going to go for it. Right as Link Hero Twitch gets the Helmet Head. Watch how quick you can kill Helmet Head with attack 5. And it looks like it is Stolt now. It's Palace 3, I believe. It's Palace 3. Certainly is Palace 3. Here is Rebonek. Let's see what RoseCitySaint does after he kills Rebo. Lines up in a position where he can just go, and he was a little bit off. It's a little hard to do with the Pez tiles. You got to be on the 8th one prior to the second pillar. So he's just going to jackhammer the head as Link Hero Twitch tries to walk from Palace 2 over back to the raft tile, to Palace 3. Gets a couple encounters. RoseCitySaint does get the Rebonek, the Iron Knuckle, over to the side. Hammers down, gets the key, 1 cycle key, beautiful. And he'll be placing his second gem. Now, what will he do? He needs 2 spell items. Link Hero Twitch is falling into Fairy Cave. It looks like he's going to look. Right, that's Palace 3, sorry. My bad. Palace 3 for Link Hero, though. Well, RoseCitySaint doesn't like what he sees. He's going to up A and go try a different path here. He'll probably try to go left. Nope. There was another path to the right that he could take. And it was here. I believe it was down here. RoseCitySaint with a little bit of advantage on the items, but LinkHeroOfTwitch also has an extra heart container. It's not like he has to find the rest of the items. He knows where they are. They're right in the way of the gems he has to place anyway. He's going to pause buffer on the plane of the Eastern Continent, take the encounter. There's really nothing he can do there. And he'll head on over into the town of Nabaru. It's looking very close, actually. RoseCitySaint needs at least one more spell item, if not both remaining spell items for Reflect and Thunder. Otherwise, I would say because of that, LinkHeroOfTwitch has the advantage right now. Unfortunately, on his side, Fire is not linked to another spell. Item, Little Digger. Oh, RoseCitySaint. Oh, man. I thought being a Miami Dolphin fan was bad enough. So that is the last of the dollar store items. Every item here on out RoseCitySaint finds will be of quote-unquote, you know, importance. Nabaru Cave here for LinkHeroOfTwitch. He's going to make his way over to Maze Island now and pick up the kid. So, in a race that is strictly RNG, both these players know it, but they're having fun with it anyway, and we applaud them both for putting this on for us. It is definitely an interesting concept. RoseCitySaint is getting the shaft right now. He's getting the dig shake. So you see LinkHeroOfTwitch casting Fairy from time to time when he picks up items. In vanilla, the vanilla game, whatever you want to call it, base game, normal game, when Link picks up an item, he does a little humble brag, holds it up above his head. It wastes a lot of time. Not really a lot of time, but it wastes time. In the randomizer, that is removed. That's not the reason why LinkHeroOfTwitch is doing it. It's just definitely a way to save time. Cast Fairy, pick up the item, save some frames, and saving some frames here by waiting, and LinkHeroOfTwitch will move on a certain frame and walk through this forest onto the grass, because when you're on the grass, the enemies spawn further away from you than if you're on the forest encounter. This is the Dazzle Walk. It'll get him a free walk right to this grass desert tile, and then he'll just take the encounter on top of the trap tile and pass right over it. And he'll wait here again for the next one. Pause buffer to see if the idiots are moving in the right direction. They are, and he'll take it on that trap tile as well. So you got both of the skips, and he'll sail on into Darunia, where he'll grab Upstab, and he'll also cash in the kid for Reflect. Boss time in Palace 2 here. RoseCitySaint is tanking this. And down goes Helmet Head. 500 XP. That's pretty nice. There's the gem. 3 gems apiece as Link Hero gets Upstab. Attack 5 at the gem. He'll up A and go back to the west. As he steps out of the town, he's going to look to cash in the trophy, I bet. To see if it is Reflect so he can do Palace 4. Don't need Thunder until the very end. But he's going to have to get through this bubble encounter. He does, and then he walks into the town of Saria. I believe Rudo was a little bit north and west of here. Sitting in like the middle of well, he can't go west anymore, but it was sitting in the middle. There's the Reflex spell. It was Great Palace on the west. Okay. So maybe that was the last one RoseCitySaint was missing, and he didn't realize it. Because I certainly didn't see him go into it earlier, but again, I could have been making setting changes. Because that was very close to start. LinkHeroOfTwitch begins his walk over to Maze Island. He misses the first skip. He's going to opt to run through the encounter instead of setting it up again. A little bit dangerous because of the bubbles, but nothing too bad. It's just quicker if he doesn't take the encounter. Doesn't land on the trap tile. And he's going to skip the second one. You can see the difference between walking through the one before and this one. It's like half the distance. Now he's going to wait there for the enemies to spawn and then kind of worm his way south. Oh, he's got to go north to avoid that encounter. See if he can slink down. He cannot. Trophy was good for Thunder. So RoseCitySaint has one more magic item, spell item to find. LinkHeroOfTwitch did in fact get both P bags and got attack 4 out of 1. Didn't get the P bag in Magic Container Cave. All right, LinkHeroOfTwitch is in Maze Island. He's only has to take one encounter, and he also has to get the Magic Container on the way. Magic Container comes first, right around this bend, and as soon as he goes up. RoseCitySaint opts not to do Palace 6. Great Palace is on the Western Continent anyway. He can clean that up on his way back. But he does not. He also does not have the means to do 4. So 4, 6, and Great Palace are all in the West. And now that he has the spell, he's going to go get this item here right after he fills up. Use the Choke Me I Like It company credit card. And we'll make his way to the back of the town. And we'll see what it is. This could be his second spell item. Palace 4 entry for LinkHeroOfTwitch. It is the boots. So the dream of the water tile holding the required item. Remember, there were 2 caves that are hammer blocked and the item in Death Mountain that's under the boulder. So we have a lot of possibilities going on right now. RoseCitySaint's going to top himself off on the way out. So what are we looking at here? Palace 5 is in the Valley of Death, which RoseCitySaint has to make his way to. He has the boots now. He's going to probably go south. Yeah, he's going south, and he's going to try to go around this mountain range, and he cannot go around the mountain range. So he's going to have to go through whatever got him there to begin with. I believe it was Naburo Cave. LinkHeroOfTwitch grabs the key. He's not going to sacrifice a life there. You'll see LinkHeroOfTwitch may take a death in one of these rooms. There's 3 of them in Palace 4 in an effort to save time. So apologies to LinkHeroOfTwitch and the people rooting for the vanilla side of the map. It's a standard route, so you've seen one, you've seen mostly all of them. And on RoseCitySaint's side, I have to keep up with that a little bit more, just to recognize where things are and where things could be. So no disrespect to the game, the route, or LinkHeroOfTwitch himself if I spend a little bit more time on RoseCitySaint's side. But almost simultaneous boot pickups by our players. A little bit off. And we're going to check the water tile. Here we go. So before, on his way to 5, the water tile is in front of him, and it's a magic container. So he's got 7 of them. That's great. But that's just what he wanted. Even if he does find a spell item, it is 50-50 on whether the kid or the medicine gets him jump or reflect. There's a second key and the intentional death for LinkHeroOfTwitch. but he's got a good stock of extra lives. Don't let that screen name fool you, that username fool you. That is LinkHeroOfTwitch. Or Steve Rogers. What's that guy's name? Todd Rogers, I believe, is playing right now. I believe that's the trending topic. North around this mountain, and we're in the Valley of Death for Palace 5 coming up soon. Stupid idiot Minecraft room for LinkHeroOfTwitch. It's impossible to do this room without taking damage. And he does it. Todd Rogers. So RoseCitySaint misses some fairy feet again. Has to take the death to get the magic levels up. He's going to go for it again. He misses it again. And he's going to go again, and he finally gets it. He's basically batting about 125 on fairy feet attempts. Yeah, RoseCitySaint just needs to beat the seed. He does not need the 100% all the things. He just needs to... It's a 6-gem seed, Swiss flags, and that's it. He just needs to... Both players just need to win, but LinkHeroOfTwitch has to do the 100% all keys route. Rules within the same structure, the same bubble. Yeah, Todd Rogers would be in Great Palace by now. That is a great point. Zarnax 4-2. So RoseCitySaint's getting bodied a little bit. He's not really clearing enemies in his path. He's just kind of bouncing through them. And you see the little bit when you know you need an item. And you continuously not find that item. So I'm not going to speak for him and say that's going to be the reason why he's jumping into enemies. He also doesn't need the experience. He just needs to go as fast as possible. The item in Palace 5 you're going to find going right to left. So he's going to peek down just to see which direction that room goes, and it goes left as well. So he has 2 left-hand turns, 2 potential item grabs. Speaking of 2, LinkHeroOfTwitch takes his second intentional death in Palace 4, and he'll be set up on to his walk to Carrick. Which RoseCitySaint could not beat Carrick, because he does not have Reflect. And that is the moral of the story so far. RoseCitySaint needs to be careful. He needs to take a little bit less hits per room. He's getting a little anxious there at the 51-minute mark, 52nd-minute mark. Takes a peek down. Down goes left, but he's going to take a peek up. Top floor of elevator rooms in Palace 5, I believe 2 of them go left only, excluding the start room, and I believe the other 5 go right or both directions. So if you want to find bosses in Palace 5, your best bet is to take elevators up for a right-hand turn. But speaking of boss, here is Carrick. Cast Reflect and just hang out, chill on the corner of the screen. 8 hits in vanilla, no matter what your attack level is. He's doing a good job of avoiding the last hit, but there it is. And it's boss time in Palace 5 as well. Guma. Let's see how hard Guma hits. Life 5 didn't look like it was that good, honestly. RoseCitySaint's doing a pretty fairly decent job of jumping over the mace, the Morning Star, and getting a couple hits there per attack. Morningstar has a little bit of a wonky hitbox. It's hard to explain. Kind of hits you when you don't think it should hit you, like there. But RoseCitySaint handles it. Gets a little bit aggressive on it, but not as aggressive as like a Unos or a Zarnax would do it. But he also didn't game over, so that's good. And there's gem number 4. So both players have 4 gems apiece. Life refill is not randomized, and well, life levels in Swiss are... that's a good question. I don't know. So life levels are normal in Swiss, but magic levels are random. So life levels and attack normals are normal in Swiss. So I guess life 5 levels look exactly like life 5 levels should be. But now it's Link Hero of Twitch's turn in Palace 5. RoseCitySaint is banging back in, gonna go try to find this item. On comparison, on gauging from an 80-minute and 35-second mark, Link Hero of Twitch is about 15 seconds slower than normal, 12 seconds slower than normal. So he's like right around the pace to do 80 to 82 minutes, barring minor slowdowns here and there. Good job grabbing that key and not getting slowed down by getting hit in that room for Link Hero of Twitch. Nice red jar pickup as well. On the go. Fake wall time for RoseCitySaint. And item room for RoseCitySaint in Palace 5. What will he get? Oh, it's the kid. So he's got his second spell item here. First one turned into thunder. Let's see if the second one turns into. First, he's got a fairy feet. Oh, he gets it. Maybe he's a little bit more calm now that he has a spell item. Ah, he misses it again. Oh, Aaron judging it. He's got to die to get magical back. This is an Aaron Judge playoff performance here. Oh, well, 1 for 4 on the return trip, and he's just going to ferry through now. Might as well. Lean into a pitch, take a hit, get on base. Sports. Esports. And one last encounter, one last fairy feat. He doesn't do it. He's going to take a game over. I'm not a game over. He's going to take a death. He's got to be careful, though. There's a Palace 5 horn. We're going to go cash in the kid. Convenient location for Darunia right there. Chat, and by chat, I mean one person's hoping for the medicine required. Oh, man, I don't know. There's one person who's not hoping for it right now, and he's wearing kind of a gray hoodie with like a lime green inside. And he's a Dolphins fan. By the way, this is a Dolphins fan versus a Patriots fan. Commentated by a Bills fan. Like, he can't get more AFC East than this is right now. Upstab. Apologies, the tracker does not have upstab or downstab, nor does it have sword, which sword each player has. Link Hero Twitch has level 8 sword, RoseCitySaint has level 5 sword. So, I'm going to have to keep you guys informed of that if it ever changes. Houses are not randomized in the randomizer. So the lady who needs the kid is right there. And, yeah, jump or reflect. What do you guys think? I don't think he's happy. The Sarge is not happy. So now what is Rose City Saint to do? Palace is 4. He cannot complete Palace 4. Palace 6 is on the Western Continent, as is Great Palace. So everything on the West Continent that's inside of a Palace tile, Rose City Saint still needs to complete. His options here on the Western Continent are slim to none. There's nothing left on the Western Continent except... Is he in the West? No, he's back in 6. He's in 6. Okay, he's on the West. My bad. Yeah, because there's nothing for him on the Eastern Continent right now. He's got every item in every one of the palaces and every item location. His only things are Death Mountain, Trophy Cave, and Heart Container Cave, which are hammer blocked. And Palaces 4. Wouldn't that be something? The item in 4. We've never seen that before. Kappa. And Palaces 6. So we have 6 locations for items. 3 of them are blocked by the hammer. So we have a 33% chance to find the hammer here, and we're going to find whatever items here in Palace 6. And you know what I say about early accessible item rooms in palaces that don't require the glove. That require the glove, but don't require you to have the glove. This is going to be key right here. This item. So you have the Goomba fight for Link Hero of Twitch. It's a lot easier with Attack 8, isn't it? What do we get? What are we getting here? Oh, it's a magic container cave. Magic container, not a magic container cave. So, 50% chance to find the hammer for Rose City Saint. We've already seen all 4 of the dollar store items in the game. The 500-point P bag that replaces the candle. There were 2 little diggers and a 200-point P bag, I believe, in one of the Eastern magic P bag caves. So it's only good items from here on out. It's 3 heart containers. It is the hammer. It is the medicine, and it is the... That's it. 5 locations. So now Rose City Saint has to clear Barba and figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to dive into 4 to hope he finds the spell item he needs to beat 4? Or is he going to dip into Death Mountain, a place he has not seen yet? As Link Hero Twitch keeps on keeping on, going through these Wilson encounters here on his way to Bonner Pass. One more encounter. Gonna take this straight tanking ferry route. By the way, today's seed number for Rose City Saint is 1312018. Somebody put a lot of effort into that. But he finds Barba. He messes up the non-stop screen scroll, though. Let's see if Barba still spawns in the 3rd pit. Does not, but it doesn't matter. Casts jump and goes to town. 2018. I'm sorry if I said 11. It was 1312018. All right, Link Hero Twitch makes it through Bonner Pass, and he wants to use the hammer to uncover the town. Nice little way to rub it into Rose City Saint, saying, I'm going to enter this town using the hammer that you don't have, buddy. What are you going to do, Bootit? Probably nothing. I don't even... Rose City Saint is definitely not Canadian. Doesn't matter. He's still losing right now. Up A. Where are we going? Going to Death Mountain? I can't even guarantee that Rose City Saint has found Death Mountain. If he did, it was very early on when I was still taking notes and adjusting stuff. Link Hero Twitch is going to grab the spell and head on over to the back of the town. He wrecked the building. RoseCitySaint wants nothing to do with Death Mountain. He's going to dive into 4 and look for the item. So the route in 100% all keys is very standard. Now, you'll find very small variations of it. Pretty much the only one being if you want to do Death Mountain Dark and take longer to do it. RoseCitySaint is doing the Swiss flags on the randomizer, and the 100% route on the randomizer includes hitting Generate ROM on the program itself and then playing the seed. So Heart Container in 4, it's 50-50 whether it's the hammer or something else. Because the hammer can only be here or in Hammer Cave. Vanilla Hammer Cave. See Link Hero Twitch. He grabs the magic key. And we have the boss that RoseCitySaint cannot fight right now. Link Hero Twitch did get that magic key and then gets the 8th and final magic container here. Make his way out of New Kasuto, and he'll make his way towards the heart container in the desert, followed by a Palace 6 with a toot of the horn. RoseCitySaint has to navigate 4 and find the item room. Let's see, is it here? It's not here. He's got an elevator down, though, and a potential right-hand turn. I think they're all potential right-hand turns in 4, though. Good point by Zarnax42. It's a short Great Palace, so RoseCitySaint still has a chance. And there's another dead-end room. He's got to find this item fairly quickly and hope it's not a chain of progression nonsense that would involve getting the hammer in Hammer Cave and then going to one of the other 3 locations that is blocked by a boulder to get it. So very RNG influenced here, and you can see it right down to the 1 hour and 6 minute mark, where RoseCitySaint has found things favorable towards a player playing the randomizer to win, and has also hit dreaded roadblocks along the way. So this is a classic example of a good argument of who would win a race between a randomizer player and 100% all keys. Couldn't be any better. Link Hero Twitch almost took a dive down there. And I don't know if he was on his way to do it and cast Fairy to save himself, or is he just making it easier on himself? But either way, that was almost disastrous for him. Alright, RoseCitySaint goes down. Gonna go down one more time. And find himself a right turn. Bottom floor of Palace 4 elevators. All guaranteed right turns. Alright, Link Hero Twitch is in the Canadian Hole Room. RoseCitySaint is in the item room. Let's see what we got here. 50% chance for the hammer. We have 3 heart containers. It is the hammer. So he's going to get the heck out of there. He's got 2 locations he can check straight away without needing to go into Death Mountain. Link Hero Twitch is in the item room. 4-6. Downs Rebo. Trophy Cave for RoseCitySaint. Looking for the medicine, and it's the medicine in Trophy Cave. So RoseCitySaint now can go cash in that medicine and finish up Palace 4. He knows where Carrick is. So that information will help him, and that kind of swings the favor, swings everything in his favor as well. Combination of short GP and knowing where the last boss is, and still being tied up at 5 gems apiece. And meanwhile, Link Hero Twitch still has to go get Thunder as well. So he has to beat Palace 6, get Thunder, make his way through Valley of Death, and do a full Great Palace with an optimized route. So The only disadvantage I see for RoseCitySaint here is having 5 heart containers. But there is the last of the spells. He actually, ignoring heart containers, got 100% of the items in this seed. So perfect seed for the race. Going to swim through the swamp and go back to Palace 4 down there. And Great Palace is a short walk away as well, so... So to make the quick trip to Carrick, I believe he was the second branch he attempted to go for. Is that an intentional death for LinkHeroOfTwitch? For magic purposes? Because I looked away. Hopefully he didn't do the fall and try to cast Fairy and then die. That's something that can happen. Holding down and falling asleep is detrimental to a run. But here is Carrick, as LinkHeroOfTwitch does the last of the Rebos. He'll arrive at Barba shortly. He's going to just take a fall here. Probably was for magic, because he needed to cast Fairy twice. Once to get across the room he died in, and once to get to here. And to cast Jump as well, so he needed a handful of magic. There's RoseCitySaint's last gem coming up here. And he'll make the short walk over to Great Palace. Not far behind is LinkHeroOfTwitch with his 6th gem. But advantage is on RoseCitySaint's side. It's a shortened Great Palace. So he had the magic, so he just died. I know if you get too close to that lava down there, it kind of sucks you in. Did he just try to fancy swan dive off of it and mid-cast Fairy and maybe not have it queued up? Again, I was looking at RoseCitySaint's screen when I saw the screen flash. I didn't think LinkHeroOfTwitch was going to have a problem in that room. We'll have to ask him, because I definitely missed it. But Great Palace here for RoseCitySaint. He'll run into the first of 4 elevator rooms here. None of them get removed. Great Palace in Randomizer. These flags, 25 to 50% of the rooms get removed. None of them that have more than 2 exits from it. Get a little bridge room here. Bridge rooms are kind of rare in the Randomizer because it has 2 exits. It'll more likely to not get removed. And then we're in a dead end here, so we're going to go over to the beginning, and we're going to go down and we're going to go left. We're going to take our first left of the game. For LinkHeroOfTwitch here, he grabbed Thunder over in Kasuto. For him to make a little bit of headway here, there's got to be a lot of that kind of stuff for RoseCitySaint in Great Palace. He has the L7 room. He's going to take the drop here. So very linear so far. Dead end on one side, drop on the other. Lands on the top side of the L7 room. He gets to the wide open room. So this is a room he can drop into later if there's ever a choice. And this room is definitely behind Thunderbird, so there's a chance a drop after Thunderbird would lead right there. It's got like a little bit of a false floor room here with an elevator down. LinkHeroOfTwitch skips the encounter, grabs the red jar, fills up, and he'll make his way towards Great Palace. Elevator room number 2. Right hand turn into Thunderbird. This could actually work into LinkHeroOfTwitch's favor, as there's only one, well, there's two paths, I guess. No, one path that RoseCitySaint left behind. If that's met with an immediate dead end one-up room, there's still all of Great Palace left for RoseCitySaint. Good encounter skip there for LinkHeroOfTwitch. LinkHeroOfTwitch is actually on PB pace right now if he's not running against his averages, and I don't think he is, because if I remember correctly from his PB earlier today, it was around 80 minutes. But LinkHeroOfTwitch also crushed Great Palace earlier today. So Thunderbird down for RoseCitySaint. It could have been Dark Link right after because that unexplored branch could have contained all the rooms, but now we have two paths here. He's going to look up, peek up for a second. That's a false floor room and a right-hand branch. So two branches to take here. RoseCitySaint opts for the ground level one, which brings him right to a fun room and an elevator down. LinkHeroOfTwitch has one more skip left to go. And one last cave to go into. How's his thing here? He's going to have to fight this guy? He's not going to have to fight the guy. Oh, bop there for RoseCitySaint. So LinkHeroOfTwitch is setting himself up to take a life refill before Thunderbird. And he is in Great Palace now. Waffle room for RoseCitySaint. And a right-hand turn, which leads to a drop. Now, if this drop takes him behind Thunderbird, it's a possibility. There's 3 drops left. This is one of them. And he did not drop down behind Thunderbird. Well, he could still have dropped down behind Thunderbird. We'll see. It's a one-piece chicken room for RoseCitySaint there. And he takes a death. So there's the 5 heart containers working against RoseCitySaint. LinkHeroOfTwitch is going to make his easterly path through Great Palace now. 3 rooms to start. Going down the one-piece chicken room. Oh, we have a fairy room. Right to left fairy room. This is a rare occurrence. This room normally gets removed. And one-piece chicken room for LinkHeroOfTwitch gets over that spicy chicken. Right into the flying enemy waffle room. Down for RoseCitySaint, and he finds a theater room with a right-hand turn, so he's back on a right-hand branch. Very fortunate not to get hit on the head there. LinkHeroOfTwitch, the red Fokker gave him a little bit of space. There's an elevator room. This could be elevator room number 2. If this is the false floor room, nope, that is a fun room. So that's elevator room number 4. And a Jackmas room. So it looks like, well, it's still not guaranteed that RoseCitySaint is still behind Thunderbird. I didn't see what room that was when he went down. All I saw was a bunch of black. That's a room with a jar and a down elevator, so he's going to opt for this. No, what is he doing? He's coming back. Get a jar for LinkHeroOfTwitch. Didn't take many tries to get that one. He's going to fill up. Work his way down, get through this, the Scott Bakula room, I believe this one is. As RoseCitySaint's in the Dark Magician room. Let's see how Scott treats Link. Better than Nicole Eggert treated that other Scott. It's too soon for that one, right? Probably. That happened today. Dead end for RoseCitySaint. Uh-oh. This is not looking good for Randomizer fans. Meanwhile, LinkHeroOfTwitch is just keeping on here. Keeping on. Jar for RoseCitySaint. LinkHeroOfTwitch getting bodied right now by the King Bubble. So RoseCitySaint is going to have to go down here, and I do have to bring it up yet again. It is entirely possible that making a right here will loop RoseCitySaint back to the beginning. Or not the beginning, but, you know, just near the beginning. See an elevator room, then we're in trouble. It's a fun room, so there's a down path. So that's good for that's good for RoseCitySaint. Meanwhile, LinkHeroOfTwitch is only a few rooms away. Did RoseCitySaint save it? He did not save it. He has 1 life left. Simultaneous deaths right there. 1 intentional, 1 not intentional. Simultaneous screen names, simultaneous lives left, simultaneous crumple bridges. Like, everything is lining up right here. 1 final drop for LinkHeroOfTwitch. And here comes Thunderbird. Meanwhile, 1 right turn for RoseCitySaint here into a Dark Link room, and this is what he needs, if it happens. This is the Swiss flag version of the Bicula room that rolled a Bicula of the lesser variety. And it's Dark Link. RoseCitySaint has already beat Dark Link, yes. RoseCitySaint's just going to crouch and stab. LinkHeroOfTwitch also does a crouch stab as well. And RoseCitySaint is going to beat LinkHeroOfTwitch in the Dark Link room. You cannot get closer than that. That is, for RoseCitySaint, an official Angry Larry Discord chat time of 10:24 p.m. LinkHeroOfTwitch, official Angry Larry Discord time of 10:25 p.m. See if we can get these guys in here for a little how-to. I guess I have to join the channel as well. How was that on LinkHeroOfTwitch's side? He was plus 19 seconds. He lost from Palace 6. He lost about 40 seconds, give or take a couple seconds, from Palace 6 to Great Palace. But a fantastic race. Get these clowns to talk about it.
Yo, GG,
Hi, yes, thank you. I'm RoseCitySaint. Thank you for the GG. What's going on, Link Hero? How are you, man?
Pretty good. I want to shut off the volume in my ear. All right, cool.
You good? So why don't you take us through this run? Near the end of the run, you were a little bit on PB pace there.
My run is like insane right now. I actually PB'd earlier today. The Great Palace split by 31 seconds, and I didn't in P6 because I didn't really have enough magic, so that's why I buried into the lava.
All right, so you were down magic, so you ferried into the lava, and that's why you took the death in that room. Because I was looking on RoseCitySaint's side because he was frantic with a few things at the end there. We'll talk to him in a second, but we looked up and you were dead, and really couldn't understand why. You needed magic, and that's why you died.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was hoping for a blue jar in the previous room, but I got a P-bag.
Okay. And RoseCitySaint is joining us. Congratulations, RoseCitySaint. Way to represent the randomizer community.
Thank you. Very proud.
Yeah, man. Good
So
job, man.
so here's the thing, Link Hero of Twitch. Thank you guys both for doing this, and you know exactly what the deal is and how RNG plays a role in it and everything. But let me tell you what, on Rose City Saint's side, they made him jump through every hurdle to beat this seed. He needed both spell items, Reflect and Thunder, that are required to beat the seed, were hidden behind magic spell items. The trophy, I believe it was the trophy and the kid in the end. He had to go search for both of them. He had to go into Palace 4 to get the hammer, to get the spell item, to get Reflect. So, I mean, he did everything.
P4.
What's that?
To P4 and finish it. Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty troll.
Yeah, so he had a choice.
It was incredibly troll.
Yeah, he had a choice in the end whether to dip P4 or to go into Death Mountain and find the Hammer Cave. And Rose City's saying you wanted no part of Death Mountain.
Absolutely not. I never want any part of Death Mountain. And also, I don't know if anyone noticed, I never even stumbled across, not a single time, either of the Death Mountain entrances.
One guy who was announcing the race did mention that a few times. But
I had no clue where Death Mountain was. It's a really unusual position I was in because normally when you're playing a rando, you know you're competing against the seed, but the other guys are competing against the same seed. In this case here, I knew I had a hard limit. You have to finish in 120 or you lose. So that's why I went balls out into Palace 4, just thinking, even, if I don't get the item I'm looking for, at least I'm gaining knowledge of the palace. Had this not been a race like this, I might have searched for a Death Mountain entrance.
A couple questions for you, RoseCitySaint, and then Link Hero.
Sure.
I got a couple questions for you as well. RoseCitySaint, first with you. In your first exploration of the Western continent before you went over to the Eastern continent, did you find Great Palace?
No, I did not, and that's normally something I make it a point to do. I don't like to set sail until I've seen pretty much everything there is to see. So, yeah, that was a little unlike me. It made me a little uneasy, yeah.
That was, like, the two things I was questioning in my mind was, one, have you even seen Death Mountain yet? I was like, no, I don't think you did. And did you even know Great Palace was over there? Because all I knew was 4 and 3 or 6.
I had a good idea of where that palace was, but obviously without setting foot in it, I didn't know which one it was.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I didn't go into that Valley of Death palace earlier, like on my first trip down there,
right?
Which turned out to be 5.
Okay. And then the follow-up question for you is, when you were in Great Palace and you took that drop after Thunderbird and you explored a few rooms, how scared were you that you dropped before Thunderbird?
I was incredibly queasy. I came across Thunderbird just fine. That was easy. But then shortly after him, the path split, and there was a path up an elevator that was a nice, neat little right that you could take, or there was like the ground floor right. And I followed that, and shortly thereafter, there was a very weird, like, ferry required go up a huge wall room,
Yep.
with the crumbling ridges. And after I committed to going through there, I felt very uneasy. I felt like it was unlikely I was on the right path, but I was absolutely committed, and I stayed with it.
Near the end of that race, it was pretty back and forth whether, like, you had no chance, and Link Hero of Twitch had no chance, and you had no chance, and here's Link Hero of Twitch ready to go into Thunderbird's room, and then as soon as he's almost got Thunderbird dead, you walk right into Dark Link's room. It could not have been closer. Link Hero of Twitch, what is, compared to your normal runs, and I'm looking at your splits here, there's quite a few things you did that gave you some positive numbers there. What can you take away from this to your next attempts and be like, hey, listen, I got a Walmart PB today. I can probably Walmart PB tomorrow.
I went with some more aggressive strats. I've actually been learning some things earlier. When you watch 100 AK, most people take Magic 2 and Life 3. And I've been experimenting lately with delaying magic into Palace 3, taking Palace 2, and that's one of the things that seems to have been saving me some time.
I did notice
Palace 3 was a little bit rough.
Do you normally go attack Life 3 in Palace in Death Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly entirely since it's been since the tournament since I really know what levels you're supposed to take where. So that one one on me. So you're feeling a little bit confident in that, and you're gonna do the you're gonna learn the Dark Link fight too, right? I heard.
That would be something I could learn. Yeah, that would save some time.
Yeah, so you get both of them going, you'll get another PB. You might be hey, listen, by the end of the week you might be sub 80.
That's been suggested by some other people, so hopefully that's true.
Yeah, we hope so as well. And thanks again, guys, for putting this on. We have some questions in chat. Armageddon Time wants to know, what's your favorite packaged lunch meats?
For worst.
Yeah. Okay.
I like anything that's on a BMT.
BMT. Okay. Is that packaged? Is that in the deli section, or is that like in the where the Lunchables are?
That's a Subway thing.
Oh, you like Subway? All right. Well, here we go. Now I'm going to ask you
right after
questions.
my Dunkin' Donuts, Larry. Come at me.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, you're rooting for the Patriots, right?
No, hell no. Let's go Eagles.
LinkHeroOfTwitch?
Gonna win. That's the thing.
How many calls is Brady going to get? And here's what I want as a Bills fan who doesn't like the Eagles or the Patriots. I want a game that's 0-3, where Brady drives in the fourth quarter on a like questionable call for a last-second field goal. How's that work for everybody?
Seems legit.
Works out pretty well. I want the most boring game possible. I want the commercials to all suck. And I want to have a randomizer race afterwards. Last question in chat is, now that RoseCitySaint has beat LinkHeroOfTwitch in Rando versus all keys, when is LinkHeroOfTwitch going to play Rando versus RoseCitySaint 100% all keys?
John Wayne that asked that?
It possibly was John Wayne. I don't think it was.
I think that
it was John Wayne. Yes.
My response to him in my chat was "lol, never."
Yeah. That's exactly what I said too. That's funny you say that. It would be really entertaining viewing, but for a different reason. I mean, this broadcast here got to show us doing our thing, but that would be really the opposite, wouldn't it?
It'd be equal skill still.
Yeah, it would be hilarious watching me get lost in a vanilla P5 and getting frustrated,
Well, we're not doing it right now. We're not doing it right now. You have time to look at a map. I mean, like, you can go on Google and look for a map. I will send you a map in Discord if you want me to.
I got Nintendo Power magazines. It's cool.
There you go.
See, for me, I've never finished a Rando seed in less than, like, 5 or so hours.
I mean, I think this is the kind of thing we need to do. Instead of people owning up to not being able to play something, we need to put them right on the spot. If you guys want to go with your go-to, you got to be able to follow up with the other person's go-to.
So let's go right now then.
Right now, I'm ready. I just changed the layout. Let's go.
98% most keys. I can't even promise I know where all the keys are.
I mean, we can beat the game vanilla, not 100% all keys versus Swiss seed or beginner seed.
Yeah, that would be a little more like it. I would still lose very, very badly. But then again, I mean, if it's Link playing Rando, then I guess it would be a little more level.
So what you're saying is Link is terrible at Rando, and you be doing the Buzz Thunder strat. You're only going to play if you have a chance to win.
Yeah. Yes, this is correct.
All right. Well,
that's the thing. You could play vanilla like you play at Rando.
Hey, what's the difference?
With some practice maybe, but I don't like to practice vanilla games.
What's the difference, man? You go in caves. If it doesn't have the item you find, go into the next cave. You'll finish it eventually. It's just like a Rando seed. It's Rando seed number 0.
If vanilla were a Rando seed, it would be the trolliest seed in history. Could you imagine vanilla Death Mountain being like a Death Mountain in Rando, having to dig that hard for Hammer Cave?
Well, what about that seed we had the other day, where you had to go through that one cave to get the flute to get through the River Devil?
Oh, that was something else. That was really a fun seed to take part in. You dive into Palace 6 there as a desperation play, and lo and behold, it has the flute. I don't know what the hell my next play would have been if it weren't there.
I don't know. Mine would have been to quit and stuff like that. But LinkHeroOfTwitch.
Yeah, rage quit. Yeah, that's a thing. That's always a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, probably not there. I would only now it's only if I die in large Great Palace, because I hate large Great Palace. But LinkHeroOfTwitch, what's next for you this week? What's upcoming? More runs, more attempts? Doing anything special?
Pushing for sub 80.
Sub 80
That's the milestone.
Nice. And best of luck to you and RoseCitySaint. I believe tomorrow night there's a special event going on.
That's right. You don't mind if I plug a couple things, do you?
Plug everything you want, man.
Okay, great. We have the match tomorrow night. It's the Thursday night weekly, 11 o'clock. Check out the restream on Speed Gaming. And also in the works, we don't have an exact date or time set yet, but coming very soon will be a Tuesday night Z2R weekly to be featured on Randomania. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting some updates as far as that goes as soon as we learn stuff.
I believe it's this Tuesday night if they can find the restreamer, but guaranteed the next week it will be starting.
Yes, actually, Larry, that is exactly what I've heard. Yeah.
And there's the timely bot message. There's the runner information to follow it. Guys, thanks so much for putting this on. It was a lot of fun. Very close race. I would watch the VOD. It has like A+ caliber commentary. It's kind of awesome.
You know it. Thank you, Larry. Really appreciate you restreaming. I'm sure this was a good one for the viewers, too.
Absolutely. And Link, thank you as well.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Good, good game.
Link. Thank you for the match. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
All right, I just kicked myself out of my own chat channel. There you have it. RoseCitySaint Randomizer Swiss Flags defeats LinkHeroOfTwitch running the 100% all keys route with a time of today at 10:24 p.m. to today at 10:25 p.m. Make sure you check out a bunch of stuff going on tomorrow on my channel. I have a 4 p.m. I have a any percent Zelda 1 no up in A tournament race. Tomorrow night, I'm doing probably commentary for the Zelda 2 Weekly over on Speed Gaming. And then just a bunch of stuff in between. Make sure you check that out. And thanks for joining us tonight. This was a lot of fun. And we hope we can do more of this. If you have a grudge match against one of your rivals in a game or want to play a random game, hit me up. I will do a professional restream of it, provided that you guys... can give me a little bit of time to do it, just like this.